Azimio leaders who joined William Ruto in 2022, either before, during, or after elections, to go and fetch development projects and bring to the people, are now crying out to William Ruto that ahead of 2027, they are becoming very popular because William Ruto has failed to honor his part of the bargain. Because when they rebelled against Azimio, they told people that developments are found in State House, and therefore they went there to get development. And this weekend was a very difficult weekend for William Ruto. As he was there in Italy, the opponents of Haiti mission started demonstrating while William Ruto was there to meet with other leaders. And in Kisumu, mourners had to abandon Senator Ojienda when he was mourning his mother. It was on a burial location. And after the Edwin Sifuna, the ODM Secretary General, had spoken, they decided to walk away. But one person who surprised me is Muthama, Johnson Muthama, who is one of the founding members of the UDA. They met again in a funeral with Kalonzo Musyoka and other leaders. And he gave a speech there saying that William Ruto has refused to give them tangible jobs. And he likened the jobs that the Kamba people have been given to messengers in a government that has got better jobs, as he was saying. And if you want us to listen to this story, which was really very shocking, because he said that he would embark, moving forward, he would embark on a mission to unite Kamba leaders so that they have a bargaining power, and he endorsed Kalonzo Musyoka as their kingpin. And when Kalonzo took the podium to speak, he gave Muthama the green light to start uniting Kamba leaders. And this was happening at a time when William Ruto is warning leaders against what they have termed, attempts to unite Kenyans in terms of their village groupings. Kindly take a look at this story.
And UDA party's founding chairman Johnson Muthama Friday hit out at President William Ruto, accusing him of giving leaders from his Ukambani region what he termed as messenger jobs. Speaking during a burial ceremony in Makueni County, Muthama hinted at reuniting with the region's kingpin and Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka to consolidate the Ukambani vote ahead of the 2027 general elections. As KTN's political affairs reporter David Muthoka narrates,
UDA party's founding chairperson Johnson Muthama is the latest leader within the ruling UDA party to hit out at President William Ruto, despite the two being the closest of allies in recent years. On Friday, while at a burial in Kalawa, Makueni County, Muthama joined the bandwagon of leaders in the ruling party who are no longer happy with the head of state, saying he was dissatisfied with President Ruto's decision not to appoint any leader from the lower eastern region to key positions in government. The former Machakos senator, who now sits in the Parliamentary Service Commission, spoke in his native Kamba language, saying Ruto only gave the Kamba community, and I quote, messenger jobs.
Oh yes. Na umundi eka kambala manene ibila sia utumwa ni umwe bala keki kutilelwa Barake kikutililwa. Wei mugamba wivo.
Muthama said that he will now focus on uniting the lower eastern region so that the region will be in a better bargaining position when forming coalitions with other communities ahead of the 2027 presidential election.
Nyeni ungama. Namba inono kure situ ni milioni nile. Tamba wisungo tikwate tikasela sia uwa umreka muya nona wendata nena tukwigwe nona wendata nena tukwigwe titauka siame kana ina siama tikati yetina twambe unena nyetikula nyati tikuza gwapana ke muthamegwa ate mundu umetecha ngundi kenye. I'm telling you, nobody can scare me in this country.
And in what seemed as a reunion of two old political friends who had acrimoniously fallen out ahead of the 2017 presidential election, Muthama asked the Kamba community to rally behind Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka's 2027 presidential bid.
Na niona muinena ekayukadhi ya Kalonzo mutevangite. Kibila cha Kenya mbaitu na mwana yeigiba ni kiasa kwingingo ya nduya. Tija ukabulu bilu twendo tulabu inyiki na iwe diye mwanzia kamba no mwiti.
Kalonzo, who was also at the final journey of the wife of former Mboni Member of Parliament Konzolo Munyao, Agnes Konzolo, welcomed Muthama's call for unity and asked Muthama to convene a meeting in Wote, Makueni County by the end of next month that is similar to the Limuru 3 meeting held in May by the Mount Kenya people.
So Mwana, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Go and tell Ruto, whom we know, I know him, we know him. Kalonzo Ambia, I convene a meeting of a community. And he will not be there. And there, on a tweaka ne na Kalonzo atuike president kananda ka atuike no. Whether twinena what to do about this community.
But with Muthama's Friday announcement likely to have rubbed his allies in the UDA party the wrong way, Muthama on Saturday took to social media to deny that he was leaving UDA party and withdrawing his support for President William Ruto. This is, however, a signal that the ruling party is crumbling further and a signal of the formation of new political alliances ahead of the 2027 presidential race.
I had to come.
Now, this is not the first time we hear rebels complaining to William Ruto. That was a week ago, a group of Nyanza rebel leaders, that was David Ochieng. While there was David Ochieng, there was Gideon Ochanda, Jalango was there, and they were together with the other leaders like CS Owalo and even the PS in the Ministry of Interior. And when they gathered there, they complained that William Ruto is not honoring the promises that they gave to the Nyanza people. After the what we call that rebellion, open rebellion, William Ruto went to Nyanza in that very, very, very hyped tour. And William Ruto gave them promises. And this is what was going to tie them to the people. To date, as we speak, those developments are not being realized. And David Ochieng and the other members said that they are getting it very difficult to explain to the people why they abandoned Raila and went to William Ruto. Not only that, Aisha Jumwa, who is one of Ruto's CSS cabinet secretaries, complained that it will be very difficult for UDA to penetrate in Kilifi because William Ruto is not giving them development. And with that, she warned William Ruto that it might be very difficult for him to go and appeal and appease the people of Kilifi. So when I saw this of Muthama, then I realized that this is now a common problem. And one thing that caught my attention are the words of Rigathi Gachagua. When Rigathi warned that this is a government of shareholders, And as people were attacking Rigathi Gachagua, it is very real because that is what William Ruto is practicing. They are denying it, they're attacking Rigathi Gachagua, but those who went to William Ruto after the elections, those who did not give much votes, the ODM strongholds, are not getting development. So what exactly does it mean, and why are leaders coming up to lament? If you read between the lines, you will realize that the ground is shaky. The ground is becoming very difficult, and the leaders are being rejected because when they promised the electorates that the reason why they were abandoning the parties that had elected them, or abandoning the parties that that had plunged them into leadership some years back, they said there were going to be developments. Now the electorates are asking, where are those developments? And they do not have any answer. That's the reason why they have decided they're going to speak loud. Because if they keep quiet, they are getting at loggerheads with the people. It also means that they have tried other means to reach William Ruto, and it is difficult reaching William Ruto. Otherwise, why would they come up and start speaking loudly about this? Because they have the channels to lament to William Ruto. They have several channels that they can reach William Ruto as an in-house policy and tell William Ruto, Mr. President, this is becoming very difficult for us. Kindly help us because we it's not going to be well with us. And it seems that William Ruto is not listening to them. So they have decided that they come public. Why should they come out in the public? Because when they keep quiet, the people are pressurizing them. So they are coming out in the public to show the people that we are also trying our best to ask for the development that we were promised, so that at least they can vindicate themselves, because otherwise they will be told, you went there for self-aggrandizement, mulienda huko juu ya tumbo, hakuna kitu mulienda kutufanyia. So they have to come out and ask in public, so that William Ruto can also, get a little bit concerned that these people are now asking for the development in public and loudly, so that maybe he can act. The finance bill is here with us, and life has become very difficult. When you pick it from the finance bill 2023, now they have introduced, when they read the budget, the finance bill 2024 is coming with punitive taxes, including taxes on bread and basic commodities. And members of the public are finding it very difficult that they support rebels who are supporting a government that is not thinking about them. As a matter of fact, William Ruto campaigned on a platform that he would build an economy that would be friendly to our pockets. Now everything is rising. And because these rebels are the face of William Ruto, remember, William Ruto wanted to use them as a link between himself and the people. And so when people look at them, they are the link. And so they get the wrath of the people that William Ruto would have received. And this has also become very difficult. It is one of the reasons why these rebels are crying out for God's sake. They are saying things are not working for us. And William Ruto will not listen to them. Why? William Ruto was only misusing them. William Ruto took these rebels to give the image, what I just call perceptual politics, which is very important. You pick someone like Aisha Juma, you pick someone like Jalango, you pick people just for the face, for cosmetic purposes, that William Ruto has won the hearts of members of parliament, while in reality is that only the leaders went there because some of them were paid, or all of them, but they did not go with the people. So William Ruto has accomplished his work with them. It was just to pick them so that people could see that, we have these members of parliament, or to help him pass the bills. But in reality, there was nothing. William Ruto was using every available means to win them, like promising them heaven, while even hell cannot be realized. So they did not realize this. Everyone that was promised something is crying. William Ruto, signed several charters. Now, it is also becoming very clear that most of them were used to abandon Raila and Kalonzo and all this. But Raila, right now, when he was going to the streets, some of them were like people like Jalango and Ojenda, they were being told, you come here so that people can feel that as Raila is leading demonstrations on the streets, there are people, members of his party, who are supporting William Ruto. Now that Raila decided that he was no longer going to the streets, these people have overlived their mandates. They are no longer important. They are no longer politically significant to William Samoei Ruto, because the person they were fighting is no longer in the boxing ring. He's out of the ring. So whom are you fighting? Fighting your own shadow? So Raila's decision to take a low profile, his decision to concentrate on his African Union Commission agenda, has also complicated matters to these rebels. And that is why people like Muthama are making attempts to go back to Kalonzo Musyoka. Even though for Muthama, there was a phone call that compelled him to go and make a public tweet, kind of, to apologize and to reassure William Ruto of his support. Because at this moment, when people are facing the Finance Bill 2024, William Ruto does not want to take any chances. From where you are, do you think the rebels have brought home any kind of development?